Всем привет! Меня зовут Юля. Welcome to my channel. Today we are going to talk about dative case. Дательный падеж. This is our first lesson where we learn how to conjugate singular nouns and learn some verbs after which we use dative case. So, the big question, when we use dative case? We use dative case with recipients of our actions. For example, I call my mom, I promise my friend, I helped my grandmother, etc. In all these cases, we are talking about recipients who received our actions. Let's have a look. Yes, we ask two questions. The first question is кому, to whom. We use this question for living nouns. And we ask the question чему, to what, when we are talking about non-living nouns. Yes, this is my letter ch. Чему, to what for non-living nouns. So let's have a look at these two examples and see how we can use different cases in one sentence. Я пишу дома письмо другу. Я пишу дома письмо другу. So let's have a look. Let's ask questions. Who? Кто? Я. This is the subject. Who is doing the action? This is nominative case. Я делаю что? What am I doing? Я пишу. I'm writing. This is the action that I do. Я пишу где? Am I writing where? We ask the question about location. This is prepositional case. Я пишу дома. Я пишу дома что? What am I writing at home? I'm writing a letter. This is the object. This is accusative case. Я пишу письмо. Это винительный падеж. And last question. Я пишу дома письмо кому? To whom am I writing this letter? Я пишу письмо другу. To a friend. So a friend receives the action from us. He receives a letter. He is a recipient. That's why we use dative case. Другу. One more example. Он на работе звонит жене. He is calling his wife at work. Let's ask the same question. Он. What question should we ask? Он. Кто? This is the question to a subject. Кто? Он. He. He is doing the action. Yes, he is the subject. Nominative case. Именительный падеж. На работе. What kind of question should we ask? На работе. This is location. So we ask где? Where? At work. На работе. This is prepositional case. Звонит. Он на работе звонит. This is the action. Question. Он на работе что делает? What is he doing at work? He is calling. Он звонит. This is action. And our recipient. Он на работе звонит. Кому? Жена. It's a living object. Он звонит на работе кому? Жене. To whom is he calling at work? His wife. Жене дательный падеж. So let's see how we conjugate nouns and let's have a look also at some examples and learn some verbs after which we use dative case. So, р means мужской род, masculine. For example, муж, мужу. If a noun ends with a consonant, it's masculine, we add u. Муж, мужу, husband. Я подарила мужу подарок. I gave a present to my husband. Я подарила мужу подарок. So after the verb дарить, подарить, we use dative case, but with the recipient, yes, because you can see we use accusative case with the object. With the object we use accusative case, but with recipient we use dative case. So, дарить, подарить, the first verb. Учитель, учителю, teacher. So, if a noun ends with soft sign and it is masculine, we change it to you. Учитель, учителю. Я рассказал учителю историю. I told a story to a teacher. Again, after the verb рассказать, to tell, with the recipient we use dative case. Я рассказал учителю историю. Next one. Андрей, Андрею. This is a common masculine Russian name. So if a noun ends with y, we change it to you. Андрей, Андрею. Я посылаю Андрею сообщение. I'm sending a message to Andrei. Посылать, послать plus recipient in dative case. And that's it. This is masculine, мужской род. Женский род, feminine. Мама, маме, mother. Мама, маме. So, we change to ye. By the way, we have one more example. For example, papa. It's masculine, but it ends with a, so we decline it as feminine. Papa, папе, мама, маме. And also дедушка. It's also masculine, but we decline as feminine. Дедушка, дедушке. Example. Я помогла маме. I helped my mom. I helped mother. Помогать, помочь plus dative case. Тетя, тете. This is aunt. Тетя, тете. Я, we change to ye. The same story with the same situation with дядя. Uncle. It is masculine. The gender is masculine, but it ends with ya, so we decline as feminine. Тетя, тете, дядя, дяде. Example. Я обещал тете позвонить. I promised my uncle to call. Обещать, пообещать, to promise plus dative case. Мария, Марии. This is common feminine name. Я продал Марии машину. I sold to Maria a car. Продавать, продать plus recipient, dative case. Object, accusative case. So, я продал что? Машину, accusative case. Я продал кому? To whom? Dative case. So, again, here they receive our actions. They receive something from us. Смелость, смелости. Смелость means courage. So, if a word ends with soft sign and it is feminine, we change it to e. Careful here, because if it is masculine, we change it to you. So, смелость, смелости. Я удивляюсь его смелости. I'm surprised with his courage. And here you can see that it's not very obvious why we used dative case. And this is the difficulty. In some cases it is clear, as I said, these nouns, they receive action from us. They are recipient. But there is a big list of verbs after which, I don't know why, we use dative case. Like here. Удивляться, удивляться, чему? Его смелости. After the verb удивляться, we use dative case. Я удивляюсь чему? Его смелости. Окно, окну, window. By the way, this is already neuter, средний род. Окно, окну, window, it's neuter. О we change to у. Я подошла к окну. And yes, with verbs of motion and preposition к, we use dative case. We are going to talk about it a little bit later. Я подошла к окну means I approached a window. I came closer to a window. Море, морю, it's a sea. Е we change to you. For example, я скучаю по морю. Я скучаю по морю. Again, after the verb скучать по, we use dative case. It can be living or non-living object. For example, я скучаю по маме. Я скучаю по кому? Я скучаю по маме. Or it can be non-living object. Я скучаю по морю. I miss the sea. The theory is over, so now you can conjugate singular nouns. You saw some examples of verbs after which we use dative case. If you think it is too easy for you or you need more examples of dative case, I have an online course. I will leave a link to it in the comments below. Follow this course and you will learn right away everything about dative case. But for now, I hope you had time to write down all the endings because we will do some exercises. I thought it would be too easy to decline nouns just in dative case, that's why I added accusative case as well. So you need to decide which one is dative case, which one is accusative. Feel free to do this exercise by yourself. Don't forget to check the answers. So let's start. Я подарил Василий кот. Vasily, this is a common masculine name. So I presented Vasily cat. So I think cat will be the object, Vasily will be the recipient of our actions. So я подарил кому? Я подарил Василию. Я подарил кого? Я подарил кота. Keep in mind when we are talking about accusative case that we decline living nouns and non-living nouns differently. If you don't know how to decline nouns in accusative case, check my video over here. So one more time. Я подарил Василию кота. Good. Кот is a living object, that's why we need to decline it. Otherwise, masculine non-living objects we don't decline. Next one. Он показал доклад преподаватель. He showed a report teacher. So I guess доклад он показал. Что? Доклад. This is accusative case. Он показал доклад кому? Преподавателю. This is masculine noun. Он показал доклад преподавателю. Next one. Я отдал статьям начальник. I gave article my boss, my manager. So я отдал что? Accusative case. Я отдал feminine. Я отдал статью. Я отдал статью кому? Я отдал статью начальнику. Good. Мы купили девочка конфета. We bought girl candy. So, мы купили кому? Мы купили девочке. This is recipient. Dative case. Мы купили девочке. And this is the object. What did we buy? Мы купили что? Мы купили конфету. This is non-living object, but it is feminine. That's why we changed to U. Мы купили девочке конфету. So in this case, you can see how differently we decline feminine nouns in different cases. Девочке, dative case, конфету, accusative case. Они рассказали, Юля, история. They told, Julia, me, a story. Они рассказали кому, Юле? Они рассказали что, историю. Same case here. You can see the nouns, they both end with letter я, but we decline them differently. Юле, dative case, историю, accusative case, feminine, non-living object. Мы подарили мы продали квартира сосед. We sold apartment neighbor. So where is the object and where is recipient? Obviously, квартира, apartment, it's an object. It's an object. Мы продали что? Мы продали квартиру, accusative case. Мы продали квартиру кому или чему? Сосед, neighbor, it's a living object. So we ask the question кому? Мы продали квартиру кому? Соседу. Мы продали квартиру соседу. Хорошо. Я говорю, мама и тетя, правда. I say, mom and aunt, the truth. So I say to whom? Я говорю кому? Маме и тете. Я говорю что? What? The truth. Правду. Правда. This is non-living object feminine. That's why we need to decline it. Otherwise, probably you notice that masculine non-living objects in accusative case we don't decline. Non-living objects. Living objects we decline. Он пишет письмо, президент. He is writing letter to a president. He is writing what? Он пишет что? Он пишет письмо. Он пишет письмо кому? To whom? Президенту. And last sentence. Я объяснил задача Валерия. I explained a task or a problem. Валерия, this is common feminine Russian name. So, я объяснил, I explained what? Я объяснил задачу. Feminine, non-living noun that we need to decline. Валерия, я объяснил задачу. Кому? Я объяснил задачу Валерии. This is a recipient dative case. Я объяснил задачу Валерии. Yay! Bravo, bravo! Good job, guys! If you managed till the end, it means that you're motivated by learning Russian. Bravo! That's it for today. If you have any questions, let me know. See you next time. Пока-пока!